What's up, Naki? What's up, Naki?
We were good. We got an intro, but we're gonna skip that then.
Yeah, we just go ahead and hop to it. We are season 7, episode 12 of the Faika podcast, and we are going to forego several portions of the show today because we have a very important group with us, and they are international. We are all over the Pacific today. We are with the Pasefika Lawyers Collective. And our ladies, we missed this by about 2 weeks. We probably should have had this last week during Women's History Month, but we're making up for it. We have them on now. We're here to talk about their upcoming event. So we're going to go through the introductions and talk about introduce our young ladies that are with us. And I'm going to go first. We have Fatuiva Aluni, who proudly traces her lineage to the villages of Tauese and Masina Fangaloa on the paternal side, and Apia and Afenga on the maternal side. Moa was born in Samoa, migrated to Australia at the age of 4. She attended Brigidine College, Randwick, and is currently studying for her Bachelor of Law, combined with a Bachelor of Arts at the University of Notre Dame, Sydney. Moa is a dedicated legal assistant in the superannuation and insurance department of a leading plaintiff law firm, as well as a legal clerk at a boutique human rights law firm. She finds immense satisfaction in assisting everyday people with their legal matters, especially those who face barriers or hesitation due to the complexities of the legal system. Her passion for helping people navigate the legal system is truly inspiring. With her impressive work ethic and commitment to serving others, Moa is sure to make a positive impact in the legal profession and beyond. Welcome, Moa.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Awesome. Sala Josephine Stowers Kolo is co-owner of a law firm in Apia, Samoa. She, along with her business partner Alex Sua, are general legal practitioners with a wealth of joint experience exceeding 20 years in criminal matters, civil litigation, family law, natural resources, property law, commercial and corporate law, employment law, wills and probate, adoption, and more. It's worth noting that Alex currently holds the esteemed position of president of the Samoa Law Society since 2021, while Sala chairs the Professional Development Committee of their Law Society since 2019. Furthermore, they are both executives in their respective non governmental organizations, including the Samoa Fa'afafine Association and the Samoa Conservation Society. Sala and Alex were born, raised, and educated in Samoa, where they received scholarships to pursue law studies overseas at the University of the South Pacific. Their diverse backgrounds and extensive legal experience make them as an exceptional team, poised to provide top-notch legal services to their clients. Welcome, Sala.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Yeah, talo palava, everyone.
Next, we have Trina Faaiuaso, a dedicated solicitor and current president of the Pasefika Lawyers Association, Queensland Incorporated. She firmly believes that her gifts and calling came from God. She is deeply committed to serving in the legal profession. Trina's passion for service extends beyond the legal world. She's also an active member of her local church and a strong advocate for families with lived experiences of autism. Trina and her family are proud members of the Pasefika Autism Village Support Group, which is currently active in Queensland and New South Wales. Through this organization, Trina has had the privilege of sharing the beauty and wonders of autism with amazing families. Trina's own family is a testament to the blessings and joys that autism can bring. Her son, Leviticus, 9 years old, and his little sister, Hadassah, 4 years old, inspire Trina and her family to do better because they can. Trina is truly dedicated to making a positive impact in the world, both through her work as a solicitor and her advocacy for families with lived experience of autism. Her commitment and passion are truly inspiring. Welcome, Trina.
Thank you for the introduction, and talo for everyone. Thank you.
Yay! The Malu Moivao Faimalie, the Malu, whose diverse lineage traces back to several villages in Samoa. On her maternal side, she is proud to hail from the villages of Safatoa, Matautu, and Ngangaifo. Did I say that right? Did I get you all messed up? In the districts
A
of
little bit.
I'm
Matatu and Maifo, but
there
district
you
is left.
go.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you. As well as having links to Siumu District. On her paternal side, she hails from the villages of Lotofanga, Lalomanu, and Fangaloa. While Lemalu is Samoan by descent, she was raised in Palmerston North, where she has made a significant impact. Lemalu's upbringing was heavily influenced by her faith in Jesus, which was instilled in her by her family's strong foundation. She was also fortunate to be surrounded by pioneers in the Samoan language movement and played a key role in creating a distinct Pacific community in Palmerston North. Lamalu is a highly experienced family law lawyer with over 15 years of practice under her belt. She has also practiced in Palmerston North, her hometown, and is currently a partner at a law firm specializing in property and commercial law. Her heart is to transform communities, which is why she specializes in family law, where she can assist individuals at their most vulnerable stages of life. Lamalu's dedication to serving others and her commitment to making a positive impact in her community are truly inspiring. Welcome, Lamalu.
Oh, thank you, Nikki. That was quite the introduction. So,
Oh my gosh. I-
I will greet you in the native tongue of Aotearoa, which is New Zealand, where I'm from. It's Kia ora koutou, which is greetings, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us. Like, we're not even in the same day. Like, most of you or some of you are a day ahead of us, so we appreciate the scheduling that everyone is doing and took the time to come on to talk about this amazing conference that's happening. So we're going to start with Trina. If Trina, you can tell us a little bit about what this is about, and why it started and just everything about it, and then we'll get everyone to comment about it.
Thank you for the question. It actually started from a personal journey when I was practicing as a public servant in Queensland government. I took about 6 months off and prayed about where does God want to place me in the next chapter of my life. I've gone into private practice just over a year now, and the vision that came to me was that there is so much suffering, and that we in our positions as solicitors can do more. And so the vision that came out of that was to remind us, specifically in the legal profession, that we can do better to serve for the benefit of others, and to build on the power of faith, connection, and community to achieve that. And reaching out to other soul sisters who have the same heart of service, who are built on the same foundations. That's what's led to the creation of the conference to date. I also need to make note that there are also brothers, Pasefika brothers and non-Pasefika brothers and sisters who have been very instrumental in this. And it really has come down to people generally have a heart to want to serve, to do better.
Awesome. And can I ask you how many years? Is this the first year that this is happening, or
That's right. So I am the current president for the Pasefika Lawyers Association in Queensland. And so when I took that role over formally this year, this was one of the initiatives that we spoke about and prayed on. I think that's really important for us to make note that as a Pasefika Lawyers Association, we start our meetings with a prayer. And when we have events or projects we want to do, we always start with a prayer. The association itself, our association, started on a prayer. 3 Pasefika sisters who graduated from law school, all excited, wanted to change the world, and then struggled to get an opportunity. And so we sat down, said a prayer. 13 years later, we have this association who is leading the creation of this Pasefika Lawyers Collective Conference. So God's got a funny sense of humor, but he always comes through.
That's so awesome. I love that this is happening. And I know there are brothers that are along with you, but I love to see the faces of women here representing law and Pasefika. So in this conference, what are you hoping happens? What are you trying to get out of this conference, and what is everyone's role in the conference?
Am I still answering, or do you want someone else to answer?
Yeah, anyone can. Let's go with Lemalu.
Well, in terms of the conference, I think everybody has individual aspirations. I'll talk just on my behalf. What I'm hoping is that we'll create a community, but a more tangible community. So, as Naki and Carl had said, we're all beaming in from all parts of the world. We've got the ladies in Australia, myself in New Zealand, Sala and Samoa. We've got others joining from America. So we bonded through unique heritage, but it would be really nice to be bonded in the physical. And so for me, I hope one of the benefits is the community, but also because the group who are leading it have been really focused on trying to get good content. So it's also about building up our legal skills. And I think most importantly, I just want my cup to be filled. So if I'm going to be out there inspiring others, if I'm going to be out there blessing the lives of others, there's a really important part of filling up my own personal cup. So being on the screen with the lovely woman that you have on the screen, each time I come into contact with them, I feel that my spirit is being fed in a different way, so I can go out and go and bless others. So that's what I'm hoping individually. I know that the committee and the ladies who are on screen, there's obviously the natural things that we want to bring credibility to the legal practitioners, those in the Pacific legal force, but also give us a presence. Like Trina said, it can be a bit isolating when you're in the legal industry. When you look to your left and look to your right, they don't really look like you or speak like you or hair is like you. Eyelashes are not like yours, so it's nice to have that, as just creating that community. So those are my aspirations, and I think I've touched on some of the committee's aspirations. But I think a big part too is not being ashamed to amplify Jesus and God. And so there's that specialness in the Pacific setting that you just come as you are. You don't need to pretend. You don't need to have any pretenses. It doesn't matter what we've done last night or even before we step in. We can truly just pray and be free with that and be secure in that. I hope that answered your question, Nikki. Sorry, I'm long-winded. Land of the long white cloud.
No, I love it.
We've got a lot of air in us.
I love it. I love it. Sala, what are you hoping comes out of this conference?
Well, thank you for that, Naki. When the idea came up and Trina reached out to us, we couldn't be even more happier and grateful with this opportunity. Us lawyers in the Pacific, and in particular our own country in Samoa, we tend to exist in our own world. We hardly get to have these sort of rare opportunities. So when this was actually presented to us, we just opened our arms and just jumped on and try and work together and sort of allow the ideas to be shared. And we have been working immensely and closely. And of course, we give thanks to our God for giving us these talents to allow us to collaborate even online. And we're very much looking forward to the conference, in particular, to collaborate with our colleagues from overseas and for them to also share what they can offer for us in Samoa. For us, typically, we only think of Australia and New Zealand as, the land where there is everything that you could dream of. But they are actually coming to us in the islands and bring those virtues for us and their skills and their knowledge, their experience, their talents, and everything else that will be shared. So we're very excited with this opportunity. It's a golden opportunity for us to come together as Pasefika lawyers, to start networking, to start talking to each other. You don't feel isolated anymore. And maybe when we travel overseas, we also don't feel too small in our own space, and that we have our sisters and brothers, we can actually call on to them as colleagues and friends. So we really, truly welcome, how this idea was birthed, Trina. I sincerely want to thank you for your prayers and coming up with the idea, initiating this huge opportunity for us all over the Pacific, to come together and and start having this talanoa, even if it's to immerse ourselves as lawyers, but it's basically for us to appreciate and embrace and own the types of culture that, no matter how diverse we are, but we are definitely looking forward to just allowing that cultural connection. I think that's what we need to start off with, and that's what I'm looking forward to, allowing that talanoa to be one of the forward-thinking ideas that would somehow transform into something bigger around the Pacific, even in Australia and New Zealand. So that's just how I see it.
I love it. I love the idea. I wish we could make it. Can we make it? Can we make it? I wish we could make it there. Well, what do you like? I'm not saying that we may make it. Who knows? But well, what are you hoping to get out of the conference? Like, you're with all these amazing women, and then your brothers will be showing up too. Like, what do you hope to get out of are you hoping to get out of the conference?
Well, for myself, I think personally, who doesn't want to go to Samoa? It's using it as another excuse to go back home. But I think professionally, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and how inspiring to have to be surrounded by like-minded people and people that look like you. Um, just like what Trainer and Lamalu and Sala was saying before, it can be quite isolating in these countries when we come over, especially in the legal industry. You don't see brown skinned people, you don't see Pacific Islanders in high standing positions. So I think it's really inspiring for upcoming generations, I think, especially for myself, students, especially. Law school itself can be quite a challenge. And I think as us as Pasifika people, there are certain things that we have to take on, as in, love is our commitments, church, family. You don't really find that in common with other comrades or other students that you may be studying with. So I think it's really, it's quite exciting. You've also got a wealth of knowledge and experience coming through. So you've got, judges, you've got long-standing senior lawyers, just a wealth of knowledge that you can just build on. And I think it's just really inspiring. Who wouldn't want to be surrounded with a group of people where one day you think, I can definitely make it. If Trina and Lamalu and Sala can do it, and look at where they're at now, I can definitely do it. So I think there's a lot of different things that tie into it. I also think, as Lamalu was saying, just building on community. So the origins of the collective, it came from all these different associations coming together and realizing that we can build something together. So that also comes back to the origins of our association, the Pasifika Legal Association New South Wales. We found that our comrades in Queensland had an association, but there was nothing in New South Wales. So that's when our president Brenda and founding members decided, well, we should have something like this as well, to help people who are of Pacifica heritage, or have a claimed connection to Pasifika heritage, that you have somewhere to go to, and that you have people that are out there working in these positions, that have these experiences, that have studied or are studying, and that you can go to for help, or you can go to get some sort of just reassurance that just because you're Pasifika doesn't mean you can't make it to these positions, or these sort of eye-opening, uh, different journeys that you go on, professionally especially. So I think it's really exciting, and even better, it's going to be in person. We're going to meet everybody. I know that a lot of people that are joining might have just been meeting each other like online. So it's going to be really nice to be in person. And again, what better place than Samoa to join?
I'm excited for this event. Hopefully, we can get it in the States, because I think it's inspiring for, like Moa said, that to see someone that looks like you in the positions that you carry, knowing that you you're giving them inspiration to look. I maybe I can be a lawyer. There's someone that looks like me. So I like representation is huge, and I think we talk about that a lot, is seeing Pacific Islanders at the table where you're at. There's not a lot of people that look like you, but because of this and because of what you're doing and the jobs that you're doing, like soon, and Carl always says we're on a stage every day because people are looking at what you're doing and inspiring people. Like soon, I'm so excited. We'll look around and there won't be any other faces but ours at the table. And I think that's what this conference is going to be doing for our community. Trina, anything when you get to this conference, what will people be doing there? Like besides fellowshipping and connecting, what else will be happening at the conference?
So the conference is also an opportunity for legal professionals who are attending to complete their continuing professional development points. So as lawyers in the different countries, we are required to earn 10 points here in Queensland. And so we wanted to set up an opportunity where you can get legal training in the island, that it's accessible, because the level or the caliber of speakers that we have, generally you're looking at $1,000 up to have entry into this sort of training. We have our judiciary speakers starting from the highest level in the land in the different countries that are attending, who are doing it out of their own pockets. And the only registration we're charging is $300 based on the currency of where you reside. And that's just to help us to do the meals. Essentially, though, people who are attending will be receiving that legal training for free, and that you will have done all your 10 points. And that's one bill that us lawyers don't have to worry about for that professional year. And it's also, the conference is based on, looking at the value of the cultural lenses or perspective in the legal profession. It's also an opportunity for everyone to have a conversation about it, including people who are not Pasefika. Because some of our people that are coming, like our Chief Justice, Helen Bolsky, is not Pasefika, yet she has a heart to serve and wants to do better in her roles and wants to be informed, which is why she's attending. And she has that connection and gives back to the communities, which include Pasefika communities. And so I think it's such a unique and beautiful opportunity to have people in such high positions willing to come to the table, willing to give their legal expertise and wisdom for free, out of their own pockets. And I think in the legal profession, and what I've seen since coming into private practice, we just need a bit more kindness and a bit more service, because every speaker that I've spoken to, whether they're Pasefika or non-Pasefika, they all share the common element of kindness. They generally want to serve their communities in the roles they have. And they are not experts in the Pasefika or minority communities. And so they see this as an opportunity not just to give, but also to learn. And I think that's such a great outcome.
I think that's a really good point that you're making about having non-Pacifica people present, right? So having allies present, and I think that being groundbreakers and really the trailblazers that you ladies are, I think it's good for the the people that are going to follow in your footsteps to see things done that way. Like it's not like we're not excluding. We need allies. We need support. and for them to see that happen is probably going to speak loudly. I guess, as Naki was saying, we wish it were in the States. You know, is this something that you see staying in New Zealand, Australia, Samoa, in the Pacific, or do you see this growing into something down the road? Because I'll tell you, the hardest thing to do is to go first, right? So when you're making a first annual, you don't have, like, it's the 22nd anniversary, it's a 22nd show, 20, those kind of things. You have things to grow on, right? It's very brave to go out there and say, I'm going to create something that doesn't exist. But down the road, this is really for anybody. Down the road, do you see this growing into more, regional, going into different areas and maybe having multiple of these, or is it let's get through this one and then worry about the future later?
I'm going to answer that question. For us, it really is based on faith. When we first started this initiative, no one believed in it, except for the ones that were really faithful. And I tell every speaker, whether they're Christian or not, that this is God-led, because only God could make a conference at this level happen so fast. We only started organizing this in September last year, and people just stepped up. People from all sorts of positions, from the highest in the law of the land to the lowest. And our community, this conference is literally being built on our communities, coming from fundraisers. Our community alone has raised, by the end of our next fundraiser, would have raised almost 25 grand. And these are coming from the pockets of people that work in factories and fast food chains. And we've had judges who have met with, who've made suggestions to reach out to corporate sponsors. And I've said to them, we've prayed about this, and I have purposely built on community because we want to highlight the power in community, that you don't need corporate power to build something on the scale. And it's being proven every single day that our community is our strength, our identity. Myself as a Pasefika lawyer, a big part of the way that I communicate or practice is the fact that I'm a Christian. And that is the fact that my community are Christians. And so people are not rich. They can't afford to spare, but they make the choice to sacrifice because they believe in the calling and the things that we're trying to build for our community. So to answer your question, whether it'll be ongoing, if that's God's will, that's my personal question. None of us thought this could be possible, and yet here we are talking to all of you. And we want the American legal profession to attend. This was one of the biggest reasons why we wanted to come on your show, because we don't have those kind of connections. And we're fortunate to have a connection with Dr. Faaiuaso, who made this connection for us, because we really want to reach out to all our brothers and sisters in the legal profession there who have so much to offer and should be part of the conversation.
I was thinking about this earlier, and I do want to ask, and it definitely had a woman show feel. So I was trying to sit back and let Naki run with it, but I thought I'd pop in and ask the question. So being an attorney, or being, having a law degree is already kind of, how do I say this, is trailblazer kind of thing. There's just aren't that, and as a segment of the population, there's not that many. Being a female that holds that title is then even more rare, right? Even more specific. And then being a woman of color that is there, that is even more elite, right? So you're already trailblazers, and then to start this conference that is out of nothing, right? It doesn't exist. We figured out this concept and we want to push it. Do you see yourselves as the trailblazers that you truly are, right? Do you see the shadow that you'll cast on the future generations, or is it at this point more, work in faith and I'm just working hard at doing these things? Or do you kind of see the shadow that you may cast as you ladies forge forward and do things that haven't been done before? And that's to anybody.
I'll go team if that's okay. So yes and no. You're 100% right in that for female, being in leadership roles, being entrepreneurs, being senior solicitors or attorneys, that we certainly are in the minority. Particularly when you're younger, you're even in a greater, you tick another tick box of not being old or being a certain age. So yes, in that sense, yes, trailblazer. But on the other hand, if you consider our roots as Pacific, the migration story, if you consider the evolution of our ancestors who have purely lived off the land, and all of the phenomenal things that from our ancestors that they have done, our great-grandparents, our grandparents, our parents, when you consider it in that light, we actually have always been surrounded by trailblazers. And so, most of the people that you will come into contact at this conference will always reference someone who's been a key influence in their life, and it'll always be someone from their family. And because of the struggles that they've overcome in terms of migration or poverty or status or those sorts of things. So yes, in the sense of 100%, we've made waves and done a lot of different things or been the first, but recognizing that there's been so many champions before us and so many champions that we're surrounded by. And so from my perspective, I think that it goes back to what Naki said, and I wrote it down, the quote from yourself, Carl, that we're on a stage every day. So it's reminding everybody that every person is an influencer in their immediate sphere. And if you're lucky enough, you have a bigger audience. And so from my perspective, 100% the hope is that we influence or we touch other people's lives, but it would be a falsehood to say that we're not surrounded by greatness every day, whether it's through our children, whether it's through our parents, whether it's through our elders, whether it's through our neighbor. We're surrounded by that greatness every day. And that's what's so cool about these platforms, is reminding us that yes, we can break barriers, but there's so many victory stories that we've got to hold on to, so that we don't get caught up in what people may define as success. Because on the one hand, success may look like being an entrepreneur, but if you're not kind, if you can't help your neighbor who's sitting in front of you, what's the point of it all? And so it's a yes and no answer to that, Carl.
Awesome. Thank you, Lema'alu. I wanted to ask Sala, as a Pacific Islander woman in the legal field, what unique challenges have you faced, and what advice would you give other Pacific Islander women that are interested in pursuing a career in law? And we'll start with Sala, and then we'll ask the other women on the panel.
Thank you, Naki. Before I respond to you, I just wanted to add a little bit more about what Carl was asking, because I think it's very crucial that we have to acknowledge the size of our existence in terms of our Pasefika collective.
Mm.
We may be scattered all over the Pacific Ocean, but together we are very strong. The fabric that's been instilled in our blood, our DNA, and makes us unique from other cultures, I think is something that should be celebrated. We all exist for a different purpose. I consider ourselves as like homegrown Pasefika women, because we are shaped by our parents. When we grow up, we are taught the basics in life, the three things that always makes a Samoan person unique. They say is so olau tu, olau savali, malau tautala. So when we exist with those life core elements in our culture, I think it can take you as far as the end of the world. And no matter what you want to achieve in life and what purpose you want to pursue in life, whether it's to fulfill your aspirations, your passions, your talents, your dreams, it all starts from the home. I think everything that we do in life, like what Trina was saying about her Christian belief, us as the Samoan community, we are founded on God, and our Christianity, our beliefs, our values, our faith is what keeps us strong. So I think that should be celebrated. And that should be reminded to the next generation, because I feel that as we exist in the islands, we travel to our neighboring countries. We mainly travel for the purpose of seeing our families, to visit, to spend time, to talk about our aingas, our falavellaves, who has passed away, for instance, who has given birth to a newborn baby. The way that we collaborate with each other as ainga, and this is exactly the same way we collaborate around the Pacific. I feel that this initiative can be taken global. There's a common environmental theme that I'm very familiar with, being one of the participants at the many global climate change conferences I've attended. You have to think global and act local. No matter what we do when we travel overseas, it's like in our Samoan culture, when our aingas go to a falavelave, they come with a small basket, and that basket could be filled up right up to the brim, or it could be two, or could be one. But the key message for me is that there has to be a message to share with everyone, your ainga, your children, your future, your church, your community. And so coming back, sorry for that long answer,
No,
Neki.
that was awesome.
But coming back, if I were to talk to any of the young, whether it's female or male, future lawyers out there that are watching this show, the important thing is when you hear inspirational leaders or speakers or whatever form of inspiration, whether it's from a book, the Bible, or hearing just somebody speaking, when the seed is planted, and that's where your talent is, your dream is, at least we have planted the seed. And it's up to you on how you're going to water it, how you're going to make it flourish. If the future is to go as high as the sky, like they say, the sky's the limit, go for it. Go for it. Because what we do in our lives now, we can only try and influence our clients, our communities through the work that we do. But ultimately, we know as lawyers, we also have the power to influence others as future, could be lawyers, could be church leaders, could be anything you want to aspire to. But we see those potentials and the gifts that we can offer and the talents that we can share, our experiences, it's immense. And by talking about it in the community, and which is why this conference is very important, when you talk about it and you share that knowledge and experience, it will come out tenfold. And I truly believe that we will come out maybe in another, maybe not so long, maybe it could be 2 years away. We could be talking to our Pasefika lawyers, brothers and sisters in America. Who knows? But if God gives us that gift to share, I think we can do it together. Hey girls. Hey Trina, we can do it together.
Definitely. Thank you, Sala, for that. Well, what about you? What inspiring quotes, or what would you tell someone it's you, right? What would you tell someone that is interested in law?
I would say, from my experience, don't strive to fit in, but strive to be different. I think growing up, especially in countries outside of Samoa, you kind of feel intimidated, feel out of place because there's not many people like you. And then when you start going through, life, schooling, work, you find that there's a lot of things that you should be proud of as a Pasifika. Not just, that we're great rugby players or we're quite good looking people or anything like that. We have more to offer to the table. So I think draw on your individuality and just keep going. And I think lately, with the associations and especially this collective, find community. So, like I said, that was how the association that I'm part of, the Pacific Legal Association of New South Wales, that's how it came to fruition, because we didn't have a community like this. And so we drew on inspiration from our brothers and sisters from Queensland. We saw, well, there's a Pasefika Lawyers Association in Queensland. Why don't we have, the same thing here in New South Wales, where, we can help each other, networking, just being able to draw on each other's experiences. Sometimes you just need to hear from another Pasifika person, how did you navigate, the balance between work and a whalaulawe, or how did you work through balancing family commitments, whalaulawe, and work? So, there's many different elements, like I said, that makes us different, but it's something that we can draw to as a strength, and not something that we can look at as like an obstacle. So I would say for myself, it's just been to keep going. There was a part in my life where you just hear a lot of voices from people saying, oh, it's really hard to do law. You have to be in the top 1%. And then even more challenging, oh, once you get your degree, it's really hard for you to get a job, because then you have to build up your experience. And if you don't know anybody in the field, if you're not connected in that way, it's, that's why a lot of people tend to drift away. And then I challenged myself and I said, if I can't find a job in this field, then maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's not my calling. And then when I started surrounding myself with like-minded people and people that wanted to help me, and that saw that, sometimes you just need inspiration and reassurance that you can do it. And what more better opportunity than, initiatives such as this? I mean, if I if I was an upcoming, a first year law student, or even high school students, or younger people watching and hearing about this, there's so many opportunities out there. There's so many people that are trying to build a community and build opportunities for our people, basically saying you can do it. So yeah, I think that's just keep going. In general, we are storytelling people. That it's part of our culture and our history. And I think that's where community comes through. We like to tell each other how to do this, or we've gone through this experience, or this is a better way of doing things. So I just think just building on community and just keep on going.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. We have a comment um, online from Daisha. All of you are so amazing. When you fulfill your dreams and reach for your goals, you give others an example and a hope that it is possible for others to do the same. And then we have Moses. All of you ladies are great role models for the future generations of Pasifika Islanders. So proud of all your accomplishments in higher education and in becoming lawyers. Working together is so powerful, and strong minds together could move mountains. Thank you. I think that's exactly what is going to happen, and is happening now before the conference even begins, is people seeing your face here, talking about law, talking about God, how he got you here, how he gave you the seed, he planted the seed for this to happen. We know we don't want to keep you all day, because we can, but we're just going to, if we're going to go to each of you, and if you can give us just one statement or one thought that you want to give us, so that we'll let you go so that you can carry on with your day. Like Maua has to eat breakfast. But we're going to start with Sala. If you can, give us some last thoughts before we let you go for the day.
Thank you for that, Neki. I think if we can take this Pasefika collective as the seed, as you mentioned, and also, as pioneers of the idea, especially from our colleagues in Australia, and turn it into something of a durable agreement or some kind of a partnership that will prosper. That is my key message, and that's basically what I would like to encourage.
Thank you so much. Lemalu?
Yeah, thank you, Naki and Carl, for the opportunity to be a part of your program, firstly, and also to the listeners. Thank you for allowing us to grace your day or evening when you watch it. I think, in terms of closing thoughts, like Sala said, it's a seed that's been planted. I think for those who are listening, I hope you're encouraged to step into your calling and your lane. And so I think that's what this story reflects, is that all you need is some feet and arms. And even if you don't have that, just breath is enough. And so the hope is that this story, this conference, is a seed that can be planted in your heart if you're an attendee, to go forward and bless others. But for those who are listening, that it encourages you in your individual journey and whatever calling that is. And it's a story of hope. It's a story of courage, but also it's a story of it can be done. Like Mawa said, things are super hard in this industry, but such is life. Life is hard naturally. And so that's what the closing thoughts are, is be encouraged, be inspired, and know that you're not in this alone. Thank you.
Mama. Thank you so much. Maua?
Just thank you guys for having us today. I know myself, it's been quite a inspiring conversation. And I'm just really excited for this conference. And just closing thoughts for anybody out there listening. Like Limalu said, life is hard, but you can do hard things. So just stick to it, keep going. And hopefully we can all see you there in beautiful Samoa to join us at the conference. If not, stay tuned. Like all the beautiful ladies have said today, who knows, this might be the beginning of something amazing. So yeah, just hopefully we've inspired you to get on board and get involved.
Thank you so much. Trina, we're going to end with you. And if you can just tell us when the conference is and your closing thoughts.
Thank you, Naki and Carl, for the opportunity to speak on your show. And thank you to everyone that's listening as well. And especially to the beautiful sisters here who have given up the time to share their wisdom. Truly, truly grateful. The conference is the Pasefika Lawyers Collective. It's called CPD, Continuing Professional Development. It will be held in Samoa on the 26th of July to the 28th of July. So hopefully we'll get to see you there. It's not just for lawyers. If there are students, university students, professors, even health sectors, if you feel you're calling to come there and share your wisdom to make the profession a better place and to serve, then the conference is for you. My closing remarks is all glory to God, because none of this could have been possible. This conference is purely built on faith, community, and connection. If it wasn't for our ancestors, sorry, I'm getting a bit teary. Our ancestors, their prayers, their failures, their successes, we would not be sitting here today. And so none of the credit I can take for myself personally. And I am just grateful to be able to be used to bless others as others has blessed us. So thank you again for the opportunity, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, ladies. It's refreshing to share space with entrepreneurs and really trailblazers and people that are doing amazing things for the community, and with things in mind. It's also refreshing to hear people not shy about speaking about God and their faith and their spirituality. I think that is a subdued piece of media at this time in this time and age. So Always nice to see you speak your minds. Congratulations on a fantastic concept. I'm sure that your first annual, more to come, conference is going to be amazing. And congratulations, creating something out of nothing is the hardest thing to do in terms of moving things forward, because the biggest increase in a number is from 0 to 1. That's the largest increase, not from 1 to 2 or beyond. So thank you, ladies, for spending some time with us. And I think it's probably lunchtime over there. So we will let you go, and good luck. I don't think you'll need luck for that conference, but
Thank you
we will let you
so,
go.
so much. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for joining us.
God bless.
Thank you.
God bless. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ladies.
Community announcements. Oh my God, so amazing.
It is amazing. The ladies that joined us have pioneered a conference,
Oh my God. It's,
the Pasefika Lawyers Collective. So amazing to see that happen, and I'm sure that's going to be a smashing success. I can see that, kind of going on the road. I can see that happening in Hawaii, and then eventually making its way all the way, around the world. Doesn't even have to just be the U.S. It could be all over the world.
it's crazy. It's
To see
crazy. They were,
ladies doing that is just amazing. So
yeah.
let's get to our community announcements, because we still have that piece to go on our show, and we have some big things coming up. So, Naki, you want to kick it off?
Sure. Fangongo Samoa's casting call. Samoan Solution invites all actors and actresses to audition for an upcoming play that will be open to all age groups. While experience is preferred, it is not required. Auditions for specific roles will be held, and all cast members will be required to attend weekend rehearsals. If you are interested, please contact Samoan Solutions through their Instagram or Facebook page.
Mauaiseaso's Family Day is taking place on August 19th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Gilman Park in San Francisco. We're in middle of April. That is going to be here before we know it. This is a free family event that provides various resources, including haircuts, entertainment, STEM activities, jumpers, food, and school supplies. For inquiries, or if you're interested in tabling, please contact Christine Mauia at christine@allmyusos.org.
Mark your calendars. The Ukulele Festival is set to take place on Sunday, April 30th at the James Logan High School Center for Performing Arts in Union City. The festival runs from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and is open to individuals 13 years and older. Admission is priced at $10 per person. For additional information on the event, please visit the festival's Instagram page at NorCal Ukulele Festival. We hope to see you there.
PCRC, the Peninsula Conflict Resource Center, is proud to present the 10th annual Pacific Islander Violence Prevention Conference. 10th annual. Wow. 10 years that's running. This runs a multiple day event. It runs from June 7th to June 9th, centered around the theme Building a Legacy of Healing. This conference will explore meaningful approaches to healing and aim to improve peace today and tomorrow. For those interested in tabling or marketing opportunities, please contact Britt Afu at bafu@pcrcweb.org.
Rhythmic Catalyst is pleased to present a live performance by Will Gittins, Annalee Brown, and David Thomas on April 28th at Malavali Hall, located at India Community Center on 524 Kacha Street, Milpitas. Doors open at 7 p.m. General admission tickets are available for $30, while VIP tickets are available for $60. Secure your spot by purchasing tickets at rhythmiccatalyst.com. Additionally, we're excited to announce that Fee will be performing at the same location on May 4th. Tickets for this event, also at rhythmiccatalyst.com. She'll be performing with the artist Fia.
Island Grad is taking place on Saturday, May 13th at the San Bernardino Valley College Greek Theater, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific Time. The event is designed to honor all graduates of Pacific Islander heritage from the class of 2023, including those from high school, community college, grad school, and technical schools, military as well, and first responders. This is a free event, and free parking will be provided in Southern California. That's a big thing, that free parking. In addition, there will be complimentary food available on a first come, first served basis at 3 to 6 p.m. The graduation ceremony will commence at 6 p.m. and conclude at 8 p.m. For more information, please email them at contact@islandgrad.org.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Island Grad. The Holo Holo Music Festival will take place on September 9th and 10th at Old Sacramento Waterfront. This is an all ages event. It's perfect for families to enjoy. On Sunday, September 10th, the lineup will include Common Kings, Steel Pulse, which I love Steel Pulse. I also love Common Kings, Maoli 3 Plus, Koauka, Ellie Mack, and CSRB from Vallejo. Saturday, September 9th, will feature Kolohe Kai, J Boog, Fiji, Rebel Soldiers, Mike Love, Kaikena Scanlon, and Chris Boomer. Say that 10 times. Western Conference will be their special guest. We love Western Conference. For tickets, please visit holoholocali.com.
Let's see. The Pacific Islander Wellness Festival is happening April 29th at Treasure Island, 13th Street Space H in San Francisco from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. There will be live music, resources, physical activities, including touch, rugby for all ages, and so much more. They are requesting that you bring your own food and beverages. Fruit-infused water stations will be provided by SFUSD Student and Family Services. Bottled water will be sold as a fundraiser by the San Francisco Golden Gate Youth Rugby Club.
Nice. The Felofani Festival is scheduled to take place on April 29th as well, from 12 to 3 p.m. at the Philip and Sala Burton High School. It's a community event that celebrates our youth and promotes a fellowship. Please register and secure your spot for the 2023 Felofani Festival at SCDC's Instagram handle at SCDC_SF. We look forward to seeing you there. In the Samoan culture, the concept of Felofani is highly valued and encompasses a sense of duty, respect, and humility towards others. It is often associated with the Samoan cultural value of Faaiuaso. Carl says that a lot, and it seems as a way to contribute to one's family, village, and community. How about that?
Talofa everyone, this is Auntie Lena speaking, so please listen up. There's a disease out there that's killing our people. It's called hepatitis B. 1 out of 12 immigrant Pacific Islanders are infected with hepatitis B in the U.S., and it makes you 100 times more likely to get liver cancer. 2/3 of those infected don't know it because there are often no symptoms until it's too late. Ask your doctor for a Hep B test today or call us at 510-674-5843 or visit us at sfhepbfree.org. Find us on Facebook and leave a message. A 5-minute test can save your life, so just do it. This message brought to you by SF Hep B Free.
I love Lena. I seen her at the All My Usos blood drive last Saturday. She was tabling for San Francisco Hep B Free. And along with Safer Together, they were giving away T-shirts. Lena was giving away bags and ways for you to schedule an appointment to get tested. Safer Together gave me a Narcan thing so you can give people that in case you see somebody that ODs. I'm not really sure.
Oh, Narcan.
Narcan. There you go. So it was a great event last week. All My Usos. Big shout out to All My Usos and San Francisco Hep B Free and Safer Together and SEDC. So thank you so much. May 6th, we just want to let you know, Polynesian Heritage Awards is happening. And the nominees were out. So we just want to shout out all the people that got nominated. Tickets for Polynesian Heritage Awards are on sale at PolynesianHeritageAwards.com. And they have an honorary pioneer award, Ueta Sililo Muasika, and they'll be honoring him that day. They have the what do they have there? They have the Swamp Cat Polynesian Entertainer of the Year, Polynesian Koa Ambassador Award, which are amazing people are up for nomination. Polynesian Business of the Year, Community Organization of the Year. I think that's it. So get your tickets at PolynesianHeritage.com. That is happening May 6th.
So I just wanted to, before we close out, it's a really crazy time right now with mass shootings and all the craziness going on in the world. There's a lot of news of things that happened. I guess the founder of Cash App was stabbed to death in San Francisco. It's just a bunch of craziness going on. And I just wanted to, just reach out to the community and say, don't get too caught up in all the media. It's there to instill some kind of feeling, usually not a good feeling, usually a feeling of fear or a feeling of shock and those kind of things. And kind of our campaign of Stop the Hate, we want to make sure that we're able to get our own thoughts and get our own minds right with everything that's going on. Don't be too swayed by the media. Don't get caught up in that. Live your life the way that you need to live it. Recognize things for what they are. But the media out there is really making a huge push right now. I think there's things behind it that, politically, I don't know if we would get into, but I just know that the media is trying to paint, draw emotions out with everybody. So in a sense of Stop the Hate, let's make sure that we keep our minds right.
On a happier note, Sabal and Manea from the San Francisco Giants were the first Samoan battery in Major League Baseball. They made history this week. So congratulations to our Pacific Islanders who made Major League Baseball history this week.
A Samoan pitcher thrown to a Samoan catcher.
That's right. The first Samoan battery in Major League Baseball.
Of course, it happened on our San Francisco Giants team.
Yes, that happened this week. So congratulations to the San Francisco Giants, Major League Baseball. We are out of time. So we will see you next Thursday at 6 p.m. and come back to Faika with us.
Love y'all.